Welcome to This Week at Endicott. I'm Macy Ross.
And I'm Brooke O'Leary. Here's what's happening this week across campus.
On Wednesday, the Wellness Wednesday series continues in the LSB lobby. This week's topic is alcohol Jenga. Stop by and test your skills. Wednesday also marks the first performance of the main stage production, The Pirates of Penzance, in the Rose Performance Hall at 7:30 p.m. Can't make it on Wednesday? The operetta will perform Thursday, Friday, and Saturday too. Be sure to check it out.
On Thursday, poet January Gill O'Neill will read and discuss her work at noon in the LSB auditorium. O'Neill is the author of Misery Islands, winner of the 2015 Patterson Award for Literary Excellence.
Spend some quality time with elder adults and unwind with old-fashioned board games when you volunteer for game night at the Beverly Senior Center starting at 4:30 p.m. Transportation is provided, and you can sign up through the Blue Buzz email. Like playing with kids? Volunteer at Staffy's Kitchen and help with children's activity programming starting from 4:45 p.m. Again, check your Blue Buzz email on how to sign up. Then, after a great night of service projects, unwind at Gully's with 21 and over night and its cornhole tournament.
There are more worthwhile activities taking place on Friday. Be a part of Landmark Senior Living Happy Hour at 3 p.m. and volunteer with setting up, serving food, engaging with residents, and cleanup tasks. At 6:30 p.m., you can help out with Northeast ARC's Friday night happenings and provide support to people with developmental disabilities. The event theme is Zumba and yoga.
Enjoy some fun activities Friday night. Gully's hosts a paint night at 8 p.m., while Late Night Locab brings a Campus Classics movie screening at 8 p.m. featuring Neighbors and Neighbors 2. Feel like staying in? Then tune in to WGBH-TV at 8:30 p.m. and watch the Endicott Singers compete on Sing That Thing.
Let's take a look at what's going on in the world of EC Sports with Matt Pritchard.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of EC Sports. For ECTV, I'm Matt Pritchard. Will Jennings and Grant Thompson led the men's lacrosse team to 2 wins this past week as they were named CCC Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week. The Gulls will be in action today as they host Nichols at 4 p.m. before traveling to Western New England on Saturday. Bella Reno and Jennifer LaCroix swept the weekly awards as the women's lacrosse team went 2-0. Reno was named CCC Defensive Player of the Week, while LaCroix was named Offensive and Rookie of the Week as she led the offense to a huge 26-2 win over Wentworth. They will host Nichols today at 7 p.m. and travel to Western New England on Saturday. The baseball team went 2-2 on the week as they moved to 8-7 overall. They will host Framingham State today at 3:30 before traveling to Suffolk on Thursday, Salve Regina on Saturday, and return home to host Nichols on Sunday. The softball team will host Western New England in a doubleheader today and host UNE for a doubleheader Thursday. They will then travel into Wentworth for a doubleheader on Saturday and return home for another one with Salve on Sunday. Bryn Lipton claimed another CCC Rookie of the Week honor as the Gulls swept a conference tri-match on Saturday. They will round out the regular season hosting New York University on Friday and Regis on Saturday. The equestrian team placed 4th out of 12 teams at regionals on Sunday. Lillian Dugan qualified for zones along with Sylvia Graff. They will travel to compete at Mount Holyoke College this weekend. The men's tennis team will be back in action as they host Curry Wednesday and Salve Saturday. They will then go on the road for a match at Roger Williams on Sunday. That'll do it for this week in EC Sports. For ECTV, I'm Matt Pritchard. Have a great week, Gulls.
Don't forget that Saturday is Accepted Students Day at Endicott. Be prepared to welcome students and their families as they tour the campus and explore its programs one last time before making their final decision. Show your pride, Gulls. At night, CAB presents Late Night at the Lodge, where you can play Wii games to win free food vouchers. The games begin at 10:30 p.m.
On Sunday, the Outdoor Adventure Club hosts a trip to Winslow Farm Animal Sanctuary in Norton, Massachusetts. Transportation is provided, but space is limited. Interested? Email endicottac@gmail.com with questions.
There's a Boston Celtics trip planned this Monday. Tickets are only $20 and transportation is provided. Buy your tickets to the Blue Buzz email. Is baseball more your sport of choice? Then get your tickets now for the Boston Red Sox trip planned for Wednesday, April 12th. The cost is just $25 and tickets can be purchased through Blue Buzz.
On Tuesday, attend Adulting at EC, a series of vital life skills. The week's topic is What's on Your Plate, and it takes place in Lower Callahan at 11 a.m. At 12:30 p.m., WCVB Channel 5 News anchor Maria Stefanos will be speaking with the students in the hospitality suite of the Post Center.
Then at 6 p.m. in the Wax Auditorium, EC Fuel presents She Started It, a documentary and panel discussion with TED Talk speaker Nora Poggi. The inspirational film follows the story of 5 young women who stop at nothing to pursue their startup dreams.
The annual Wine Tasting Festival is taking place soon. This is a fundraiser for the School of Hospitality's Honor Society. ECTV's Christina McNamara sat down with 2 of their students to talk about the event.
Hi everybody, I'm Christina McNamara and we're here with 2 Endicott students, Becca Strauss and Jamie Mucci, and they're here to talk about the wine tasting event that the hospitality program is hosting later this month. So can you guys tell me a little bit about the event and what's going on with it?
So it's the 8th annual wine tasting event. It's happening on April 21st from 5 to 7 at Mistlewood.
Yep, it's a fundraiser for the School of Hospitality. So we have an assortment, like 24 wines for people to come in and taste, beers as well. So there's a silent auction and a bunch of cheeses and bread for people to try out, and it's a fun night.
That's awesome. So who plans the event?
It's put on by a couple different groups within the School of Hospitality. So the Eta Sigma Delta students, who are part of the Honor Society for Hospitality, they work to sell the tickets and pour the wine during the event. The events management class works together to plan the event, come up with the decorations and the floor plan and all the operations, and they will also work the day of. And then the students in the social media class actually help us promote it and come up with some social media plans for it.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So when is the exact date for the event and how do you buy tickets?
So it's April 21st. If you want to buy tickets, you can contact any member of the Eta Sigma Delta Honor Society, or you can go to the hospitality suite in the AC downstairs and you can purchase tickets there. They're $25 each.
Okay, and so for $25 you get 25 wine samples.
Yep, some samples of beer.
Unlimited cheeses.
Yep, all sorts of cheese and bread, and then you can participate in our silent auction, which actually we have about 14 baskets, and they're pretty cool stuff. So
Awesome. So that sounds like a really great deal, so keep your eyes open for that. We hope to see you there. Thank you.
Last week, sports agent, entrepreneur, and author of the book No Backing Down, Sean Stellato, gave a talk to students on campus. I had the opportunity to sit down with Mr. Stellato and ask him some questions about his work. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Brooke O'Leary here for ECTV. I'm sitting down with Sean Stellato, sports agent and an author. Sean, thank you for joining me here today.
Pleasure. Happy to be here.
Thank you. So can you tell me about a little bit about what you do as a sports agent and what your role is in an athlete's career?
Yeah, definitely. Exciting job. Everyone asks me, a lot of times to explain my job, and I'd say, have you been on the Tower of Terror? It's so up and down, but very passionate from contractually, negotiating contracts with teams to, working on branding to civic work. It's never a dull moment, but it is a fascinating line of work, and I took the baton as far as I could go as a player, and now having the opportunity to help guys go a little further than I did, and it's very gratifying. Love the game of football. It's obviously played a huge part of my life, my journey, my makeup as a person, as a human being today. So very blessed to be doing it, but it's not all glamour, I can tell you that. It's more than just going to games and negotiating contracts. It's a lot of ups and downs and a lot of managing personalities, and it's my passion. So I love it. I love what I do, and I guess they say when you have that mindset, it's never considered work.
Exactly. Sounds great.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to get into that line of work?
I saw the movie Jerry Maguire in 1996, my senior year of high school, and I thought it would be pretty cool to stay close to the game. I had 2 agents. I was a professional athlete that I hired and fired, and saw really a need for certain areas of the athlete representation side of the business. And I said if I couldn't coach, I'd want to be a sports agent. I thought about in terms of wanting to have a family, and I didn't think it wanting to have children. Didn't think it would be fair to them if we were in Idaho at one point, and then next thing moving to South Carolina. So I figured I'd throw my hat in the ring, and 11 years later, cutting a lot of teeth. I've really evolved and truly blessed to have the infrastructure and fantastic athletes that I represent. So I would say wanted to stay close to the game. That was one of the biggest passions, and being an agent, it kept me very close.
It's a great way to get involved in like a different manner.
Yeah, thank you.
So what inspired you to write your book?
That's a great question. I had always grew up loving certain authors, and really being fascinated how authors find a narration and put it on a pen to paper. Being close, obviously, to this team and growing up on Human Triumph stories, loving, Field of Dreams, The Natural, some other, nonfiction stories. I know Field of Dreams and Natural weren't, they were fiction, but I had very close, obviously being close to the story, being the quarterback of the team, I really just felt there was something extremely special there, but I waited really 15 years post the story to put the pen to paper, because I really wanted to develop more and not be biased, and it's been an unbelievable ride. But the publishing side of it and getting published was, then again, I'm glad I had experience as a negotiator, because that was tough, and I was denied many times, and I really believed in this story, that it's one of the most, I think one of the greatest football stories, not high school stories in the country, and to be told. And the title of it is very captivating and inspiring, because no backing down that's a part of everyone. Everyone has maybe a crossroads in their journey where they got to draw a line in the sand and fight for what they believe in. And I think my whole makeup as an agent, as an author, as an entrepreneur really sums up what I'm about. But I've done over 100 book signings. The second edition of the book just came out. Coach Belichick endorsed it, so we've got notables there. But intuitively, always knew it was a great story because it was true, and very blessed to be able to go around and share that. I just did 3 book signings and motivational talks at the Super Bowl, which was kind of cool. And being right in my backyard here at Endicott, this is it's like homecoming. So
that's great.
Yeah,
it's great. It seems like a book too that even if you're not into football, everybody can pull some sort of aspect out of it that pushes them along.
Yeah, definitely. And I tell everyone, one of the main characters is my late grandmother. So it's more than a sports story. It's a human triumph story on 3 levels. My personal story, our team, and our legendary coach. There is a football component, but a lot of people can relate to the characters that I chose. Shakespeare, I learned a lot about when I went to prep school for a year. He was ability to develop characterization early in the story. I try to implement that, but some of the characters I definitely feel can relate to people at all walks of life, which is great. But yeah, definitely more than a sports story. I know it's funny when I do book signings and people come up, oh, we don't really like football. I'm like, and then I'll get into kind of the synopsis of the story. And wait a minute, Salem, Mass, witches, one-day witch hunt.
It's not just football.
Yes, exactly. So that's what we're really trying to preach, that, and it's been going pretty good.
Great. Well, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking to me today.
Oh, my pleasure. Best of luck to you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
That's all we have for this week, girls. I'm Macy Ross.
And I'm Brooke O'Leary. Thanks for watching. See you next week.